Welcome back to CoinCade Collecting, guys. On today's episode, we're going to learn about coin grading and why I choose PCGS over NGC. And we're going to learn about what is coin grading. We're going to learn about the differences between the two, as well as why I picked this one over the other one. So stick with us. Today's lesson is going to be a fun one. Okay, so let's get into this, guys. What is coin grading? Well, basically coin grading is essentially taking your raw coin and sending it to an authenticator. They look at it, they review the luster, they review any nicks, marks on it, etc., and then give it a grade. The grades are anywhere from 1, which is really bad, up to 70, which is basically perfect condition. There are a few abbreviations that you see before it. MS stands for mint state, which is anything above 60, and then you've got fine, very fine, etc. And I'll put a link at the bottom that kind of talks about those different grades, but that's not the point of today's conversation. The point of today's conversation is what is grading as a whole. So essentially you bring your coins, you mail them off to a grader. The two big ones right now are PCGS, which stands for Professional Coin Grading Service, and then there's NGC, which stands for Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. I always thought it was Numismatic Coin Company, but it's NGC, so it's Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Anyways, so that's the two names of the big ones. So what are the differences between the two coin grading services? Well, in short, there really isn't a whole lot of differences between the two. There are some few nuances we can talk about right now. First and foremost is the price points. Pricing wise, they're roughly the same, and according to a website that is out there, I'll put a link in the comments section or in the body copy, there really is no difference between the PCGS prices and the NGC prices. There is one where you have some minor differences here on the mint error fees and other different fees that each of them charge. So if you're submitting a bunch of coins, sure, you might save a little bit of money in the NGC price point, but really with most people who are doing economy and regular services, there really are no differences in price points. There might be some differences in how long it takes the two to get back to you. One thing though to mention though is that in order to get your coins graded, you have to have a certain membership fee that you pay, and that's where NGC does kind of differ. They charge $25 for the lowest and $150 for the middle ground, which the middle ground allows you a few grading vouchers on PCGS, and then you get $150 credit towards grading on the premium for NGC. So really, if you get the premium or the elite, the mid or the top tier, you get some free grading vouchers that help towards these grading fees. This is just the grading fees though. That's another point to bring up, is that you will have to pay for shipping. You will have to pay for insurance on your coins. So if you're shipping, say, a $2,500 coin, you kind of want to have it insured, both when you send it off to be graded, as well as when they send it back to you. And you have to pay for these fees all up front. So keep that in mind too. It's not just a $20 grading fee. There's other fees involved, but these are the simple grading fees. Now, the other major difference is the design, as you can see here on the different slabs. PCGS has kept pretty much their consistent design for the most part over the years since they started back in the 80s. By the way, both of these companies started back in the 80s. PCGS is located out in Newport Beach, California. I grew up out west, so that's another reason why I prefer PCGS. I like to support companies out west. NGC started in New Jersey back in the 80s, but then they moved their corporate headquarters down to Sarasota, Florida. But as you can see, the PCGS kind of has an open look that promotes and viewing of the coin, in my mind, a little bit better. NGC chooses to have like this white border around their coins that does help coins stick out. But that's one thing I do prefer is the PCGS slabs. Now, if you want certain unique slabs, like this one here, where this year in 2021, they switched the Silver Eagles from this original one that's called Type 1 to Type 2. So any future Silver Eagles moving forward will have this reverse on it instead of the old one. But that being said, PCGS created the special slab for the two of them together, which is kind of cool. It's got an eagle on both of them. That said, though, if you want those type of unique slabs, NGC is the way to go. They offer more unique slabs than PCGS does. I believe you do pay an extra fee for it. Like this one here, you can see here, PCGS doesn't have something like this for the presidential dollars. So that's one nuance that you want to keep in mind. The other thing that you want to keep in mind is that, one, you're buying the coin, not the slab. So, you know, at the end of the day, whatever the cost, the fees, designs, people are wanting to buy the coin. They're not buying whatever slab it is in. That said, as the slabs get older, there are some people who collect the slabs. Some of the original PCGS slabs actually are collectible items from back in the 80s. So there's that to think about, but at the end of the day, it's a hobby of coin collecting, not slab collecting. Now, as far as another thing to consider is if, say, you bought a PCGS slabbed coin here that you just bought from a coin show or coin dealer, and you're trying to get the entire set of American Silver Eagles, which are the ones back here, or the Walking Liberty half dollars like this one. Out of consistency, you might want to consider, you know, okay, I bought one that's PCGS, so now every one that I have, I want to buy in PCGS. So they all look consistent. They all fit in these wonderful boxes. If that matters to you, some people it doesn't. Myself, I do try to, if I try to go for a set, I want all PCGS or all NGC. But again, that's really personal preference. It's up to you. But if I'm going for a set, I want them all in the same slab so they fit in a storage unit. And at the end of the day, like I said, you're buying the coin, not the slab. So some people, like I've got an NGC coin here for a presidential dollar, but I also have a PCGS one. If I find them, I buy them. I'm trying to shoot for 70 on these ones because they're pretty cheap, pretty affordable to collect the whole set in 70, if not 69. But that said, I just find these when I want to buy them at coin shows. And then of course, you know, you got your storage ability for your coins that are non-graded in airtights. These are called airtights. But that's another reason for grading your coins, is that it keeps them archived. So this will be archived and stored, and it won't get dinged up because it's got a hard piece of plastic protecting it and shielding it. So hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. If you have any questions, by all means, make a comment in the comment section. Be sure to like and subscribe to my station. I'm trying to grow to 500 subscribers, and ultimately at 1,000 I'll be able to do a lot more features and a lot more things with my channel. So I'm trying to shoot for 1,000 subscribers as well. Keep on collecting and keep up with looking for coins. A little postscript here, guys. I forgot to talk about two other things when it comes to coin grading. One, I forgot to mention, if you didn't figure it out already, I prefer PCGS over NGC, if you hadn't figured that out. I did also, there's on this website that I'll post the link to, this AmericanCoinStash.com, the guy had a survey, and out of 278 votes, 37% prefer PCGS, which was the top, 33% preferred NGC, like 4% preferred Annex, and PCG, which is our two others. I think that's PCG, I don't know. Sorry. But interestingly enough, 25% or 26% of people said they don't grade their coins at all, which is interesting. So if you don't want to grade your coins, you're in that bucket, and don't feel bad that you're in that bucket either, because that's number 2 out of what everyone does in the coin community from this unscientific poll. That said, we've got one other person that wants to weigh in. Mr. Devin.
Hi guys, as long as my dad doesn't do the next coin roll video where we just unroll coins.
Yeah.
As long as it's not during a time I'm asleep, I will be looking forward to seeing you guys. So, good, like and subscribe.
All right. Thanks, Devin.